I want to take you guys on a little journey out here, and what sparked this journey was from the recent Cam Nicholls video that he did on the follow-up of his Elves Falloth Evo frame set. And to be honest with you, I was actually really looking forward to this video that he put out because of the fact that, one, I have the bike, but two, I do think he does a really good job of breaking down his products and giving a really good analysis and what he feels. He's definitely a faster rider. I think he has a better feel on the bike for products as well. And I was really looking forward to it. But when it came down to the video itself, and he kind of did the whole on in-depth analysis and the whole professional of the carbon fiber gentleman looking over the fork steer and saying that this isn't carbon fiber, it got me thinking. Because the one thing that I do know in the bicycle industry is that I work on a lot of bikes. I see a ton of different bikes come into my store. And the first thing I thought of when I first saw the Elves Falloth Evo fork that he showed in his video where it has a fiberglass in there, it got me to thinking, that looks like a ton of forks that I've seen come throughout my store a lot. And there's a lot of scrutiny there for a frame that basically costs $1,300. By no means I think this frame is cheap. I definitely think it's more affordable. But to go ahead and put that frame under such scrutiny, I think that he should definitely follow up that frame or that kind of procedure with like a $5,000 frame. Buy a BMC, buy Pinarello, buy Specialized, something like that. And go through all the tests to see what they're showing in there as well. Because to be honest with you, I think a lot of you guys don't understand how many of these companies do have fiberglass inside of their forks. Which I do have some bikes taken apart, as we can see over here, which I'll show you guys in a second. I have 3 or 4 bikes I can show you guys. I don't unfortunately have any top tier SL7s to show you guys, but I did want to show you guys it first. And like I said, I would really like to see a top tier frame go through that type of scrutiny. Now, full disclosure, I am no carbon fiber expert. I am no top tier engineer, and I'm no scientist. The only thing I have to offer here is I work on a lot of bikes and I cut a ton of steers, and I work with almost every other brand out there as well. I sell Specialized and Scott, but I build. People build me bikes from Canyon. People send me bikes from Trek. They buy bikes wherever they are, and I build them. People buy bikes online at eBay, and I build them. I cut them wherever they are. So I want to take you guys on this journey real quick to show you guys kind of how many bikes do have this in there. Right here I have a $10,000 bike, Scott Addict RC, that has a steer that I'll show you guys in a second. I have a base model Tarmac SL6 with that's a $2,800 frame. I have a Yolio G21 gravel bike that I just did a video on as well. And we'll start off here. And a lot of people said, like even Cam in his video, he was basically saying, hey, I wish companies would go ahead and express this to consumers and say if you're buying a full carbon fiber bike or not. But I also questioned the other way around. If the fork was full carbon, would you want them to be clear and say, hey, this is full carbon. If you put a aluminum steer inside of here, it can have a chance to corrode and it can cause it to snap and break. I mean, would you feel comfortable riding that, or would you just want them to say, hey, we're looking out for your protection, we're putting a fiberglass in here that's literally doing nothing to you? You're talking about stiffness. I think you had an engineer in there say the best stiffness to weight is going to be a full carbon steer. But how many of us are really going to truly utilize that stiffness to weight ratio in the best fullest? So if safety is your prime concern, I don't know. I think that a company looking out for you and putting this in here to stop corrosion is a good piece. But right here is a fork that is again, this is a Chinese frame, Yolio G21, and it's a carbon fiber fork, but you can kind of see inside here, you have bits of fiberglass residue inside there. And again, because what goes inside these forks, once you cut them, we put inside of here what's called a steer. And usually what these steers are is a piece of alloy, a piece of aluminum that go inside of here, and they sit in here, and this is going to go ahead and stop that or prevent that from happening of corrosion to make that force weaker. So again, I think that's just the outlook on it. Now for the Tarmac SL6, again, I just took this apart right here. And the reason why I brought up this video is because, again, I've just seen so many of these. Here is a base model SL6 I've taken off the floor. And we can see here, this is their entry level. Damn, my hands are black. Let me get this to zoom. Hold on a second. You see right here, come on. All right, this is about as best I can get. You see right here this little white line sticking out. Again, little bits and pieces of fiberglass here to go ahead and protect the steer itself. Now, this is like the carbon fiber expert said, that This is usually found on the cheaper frames themselves. Yes, I mean, obviously they want to go ahead and make sure that these frames are going to be secure and manufactured right. But since I've been building bikes, I've always been usually seeing this white residue kind of line on here itself. So just for you guys a peace of mind, when you guys are worrying about if you bought the Elves frame or if you bought a bike like that and you're starting to notice that on there, I want to kind of make this video to give you guys peace of mind because I had a lot of people who reached out to me after watching this video to say, hey, I didn't know this was like that, or this has bits of fiberglass in here. What the heck is this? It's not as uncommon as what you guys think. And he did clarify that at the end of the video, but just with the whole thumbnail and title, which don't get me wrong, I do some clickbait sometimes, but yes, I wish it was just a little bit more clear. This is a $10,000 Scott Addict RC, and again, we can see here a very thin layer of what looks to be fiberglass on the interior to go ahead and help pair better with this alloy steer that goes inside of here. So that would again stop the corrosion here to go ahead and to make sure the consumer is more safe. And then I have one more fork to show you. You guys said that last time I needed to get a better camera. I don't give a shit, it's my fucking video. And then right here, this is an uncut steer of a bike that I'm not allowed to show yet. Think what you want on it, but you can see the separation of color from there to there, again, pairing with fiberglass to the carbon fiber. So let me go ahead and put my frame away real quick. But I just want to give you consumers at home some sort of peace of mind. And I would really like to see, because I am a fan of Cam Nicholls' channel, I'm not scrutinizing him, I would like to see more frames, my breath from running, more frames, like top tier frames, what they show inside there. I've worked on bikes, a lot of bikes, bottom brackets, press fit bottom brackets, head tubes, frame builds, everything like that. I've seen a little bit of nips on the inserts for the headset bearings. I've seen a little bit of nips on the or a breaking away of the bottom bracket for the press fit. And again, they're mass producing these frames, and they're offering these frames like this thing for $1,100 at a cheap quality or affordable price, I would say. There's going to be some imperfections here, okay? That's the reason for this frame. That's the reason why there's this. When you pay this type of money, you're like, hey, I'm okay with that. Now, if you pay the $5,000, there should be no exceptions there. It should be kind of, everything should be checked out, but that's the whole reason why these frames are available on the market. That's the whole reason why these frames are even wanted, is because of the fact that they are more desirable and a little bit less expensive for the end consumer. So hopefully you guys found this video informative, and I want to just give you guys some peace of mind. This is more common than what you guys think, and I've seen it on really high-end Specialized as well, and I've seen it on really high-end Treks as well. This is not something uncommon. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video.